Hello everyone, just wanted a quick video to thank Karen at Kits with Karen YouTube channel, who has very kindly sent on to me an unwanted purchase that she made of some 15mm 3D printed Roman command figures. You can understand what happened because the detail on these figures is so good, but you might be able to see there in the letter that she didn't mean to order 15mm and didn't want to kind of send them back or argue with them about changing them or anything like that. So she knew that I was into 15mm wargaming and very kindly sent them on to me. So thank you very much, Karen. And if you're not familiar with her channel, I'll put a link to it down below so that you can go and take a look at it. But might as well, while I'm here, might as well give you a close-up of these figures, and you can see the incredible detail on them for 15mm. Now, these figures, I've been having a look, because Karen didn't say where she got them from, but I've been having a look on the internet, and I think these were a Kickstarter from, got it up on the screen here, from 3D Breed Miniatures. It's called March to Hell Rome, Ancient Armies in 28mm and 15mm scales for 3D printing. Yeah, I think what's happened is that someone has purchased a license to print and sell from the STL files that were the Kickstarter from 3D Breed Miniature, and probably that company is Clan Badger, because there's a sort of sticky label in with the figures. I can't find any details of Clan Badger though, having a quick look for it, but I suspect that Karen got them from Clan Badger, but I can't help you in finding a link to those. That's about as far as I'm going to be able to zoom in with them, but as a sort of scale comparison, let me just show you if I can put alongside them some Peter Pig figures that I have here. Now, at first glance, the figures look a lot larger. The 3D printed figures look a lot larger. That's not a surprise really, because Peter Pig are small 15mm interpretation, but when you actually put the bases, the feet of the figure down level with the feet of the Peter Pig figures, there's not actually a huge difference in the foot to eye distance, especially with the officer figure here. So I think they will marry in okay. They're obviously a lot chunkier, and the sizes of the helmets, and look at the size of the I don't know what the proper Latin name for the musical instrument is, but look at the difference in size there. But I think they're going to match up pretty good, and I'm very grateful to receive them. So that's all I have to say about these 3D figures, but just to give you a little kind of chat on what's going on in my world. Haven't really done very much in the way of wargaming activity in the last sort of week. It's been the Easter weekend, and some family came down to stay in Plymouth. They didn't stay with me because I've barely got room to accommodate myself in my house now, but they rented an apartment in a place called the Royal William Yard, which used to be the old naval victualling yard, and it's all been turned into apartments, and it was really interesting to see around there, and had a great time. Played a lot of board games with my niece's son, who presumably, I think the technical name is my great nephew. So we were playing lots of games in the evenings and so on. Great time, and went around a few places. Come up with an idea for a new hobby. I won't say any more on that subject unless and until I get going with it, but potentially another hobby to add to my range of interests that might have been sparked by their visit this weekend. The Victualling Yard itself is a fantastic place for seeing naval ships go by, because that is one of the spots that I go to, especially early in the morning, to get some really good close-up views of the naval vessels going by. So it was interesting from that point of view. What else? Had a little bit of a kind of setback with my condition on Tuesday. Luckily I was in hospital visiting outpatients at the time, but it's made me reconsider whether I'm going to go to Salute or not this year. I was having second thoughts anyway, because I looked at the price of hotels on Saturday night, and even Premier Inn is horrendously expensive now just for one night. Saturday night, to stay in a hotel in Croydon, Premier Inn in Croydon, in a not particularly impressive hotel, I have to say, was £160 just for that one night. And I wouldn't want to stay just for the one night. So you're talking about £300 for a sort of 3-day stay in the hotel, and then of course you've got to pay travel, and when you're talking about £400 with the expenses of travel and eating and so on, to go down there, you could buy a whole army for that. So that put me off to begin with, but now I'm a little bit more sort of conscious of my sort of vulnerability, really, if I stay away from home and so on for any length of time. So I think I'm going to give Salute a miss again this year. It was a bit annoying that last year they can't remember now, getting confused with COVID, but they certainly didn't bother to hold a show one year, and then the year before that they had it in November. So yeah, I'm unfortunately I seem to be falling out of the habit of going to Salute. So anyway, never mind. I should probably go to Legionary in Exeter in May. That will make up for it partially. And yeah, I don't want to chat on too much, because I'll give you all the latest news and so on when I do another update. But as I say, I haven't been doing much wargaming, and haven't in fact got a lot on the table at the moment, because I've got to prime everything, and the weather's been pretty outrageous. Just before I started filming there was hailstones outside, but now there's bright sunshine again. So it's going to be a while before I get some more painted figures to show you. But when I do, I'll update you on all my purchases and so on as normal. So thanks again to Karen for these figures, and thanks for watching, and see you again on the next video. Bye for now.